I was thinking, on the way over here, it's really nice just to tell somebody like to fuck off, but like
It's the most freeing feeling in the world.
a good fuck off, like a nice straight from the gut, bottom of the gut, just fuck off, like just a, you know what I'm saying, just a good.
Yeah, dude, it's all you ever want to say all day. It's just like you can't because you're crazy.
But
if
once
you do
it that one time, it's like, oh man, I just want to do it. You know,
it's
just,
addicting.
it's nice. It's super. Like once you just get that feeling in you where you're like, I got nothing left to lose. I'm just gonna scream, fuck off. Like it's like you get one. Everyone gets one good, just like fuck you.
I think one every like 6 months. You
Something
get two
like
a year.
that.
I think 2 a year though.
2 a year.
I think 1 a year. 1 a year is pretty mature.
I think like one every quarter.
one every quarter.
Like Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Like I had my fuck off for Q1.
And there should be a quota too. Like you can't repress that energy. You can't just be like, oh, I'm not going to say it this quarter. Like you have to find a fuck off moment.
You have to say, yeah. Because the thing is, if you don't say fuck off in Q1, it gets transferred over to Q2, and then you get 2 fuck offs in Q2.
Oh, you can bank your fuck offs.
Yeah, you can bank them for sure. And
you
then,
could have a sick Christmas dinner.
yeah, it's like
All your family members, fuck you.
it's like one of those corporate things where you know how they say if like you don't use your budget this year, you're not going to get the same budget next year.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but it gets transferred over to the next quarter. So
yeah, it's kind of the opposite of that then.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, that was wrong. Complete. That was the complete opposite. No, it's the opposite.
I know what you're saying. No.
You get you can have a surplus of fuck offs, but you get one every quarter.
Yeah. Okay.
You get one every quarter, just one good. Like go fuck yourself.
Did you give someone a good fuck off recently?
Man, honestly, no. It's just I've just been like
just waiting, banking them.
I was driving down here and I'm like, oh man, there's just so many people I just want to say fuck off to.
That's different in the car though. You're like a car is allowed. The car doesn't even count as a fuck off.
No, not other people driving. Just in my head, I was driving. You know when you get in the shower and you have those imaginary arguments with people, and you win every argument.
It's so sick. Undefeated in the shower.
Yeah.
Never lost in the shower.
How old are you? 27?
Yeah, 29.
I'm like freaking. That would make you like 5,003 to 0.
Like this quarter
in arguments.
Just this quarter.
I get those, but when I'm driving.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's scary. Yeah. Okay.
I get those.
Focus.
I'm not focusing. I don't see anything around me.
Isn't that crazy? Like I think like the least focused I am is when I'm driving usually.
Mm-hmm. It's a good sign.
That's wild. That's everybody though.
It means you know how to drive. Once you start paying attention and focusing, that's when the accidents happen.
Yeah.
So by me being very angry driving, essentially I'm saving people's lives.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what mad driving should be about now. Mothers against distracted driving, but they're idiots, so we don't care about them.
Mothers against Jews, angry Jews driving their car. I'm thinking about their 7 years of comedy.
It's a tough acronym.
8 years of comedy. What would be that acronym?
I don't know, but it would be a retarded guy that said it, though, for sure.
MAJ76, Jew, funny.
Sounds like a prisoner in Auschwitz.
Yeah, it's like a barcode number for sure. Yeah, but it would be just I don't know. I was literally just thinking on the way down here. I was like, because I have all these notes and stuff, but I was just like thinking, I'm like, oh man, fuck, man. I just want to tell somebody to fuck, like just fuck you. Did you
come up with a scenario though?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. One time there was this guy, right? There was a comic, okay, and he had always been ripping on me since I was like started comedy, right? I won't say his name, but he knows who he is. And I was just thinking about like I never really said fuck off to him, but one time he tried to give me a fist bump, and I just had it. I was at that point where I'm like fuck this, but I was too much of a pussy to say fuck off. So I just got up and go, no, I'm not giving you a fist bump. And he's like, why? I go, because I don't like you.
That's the worst one.
Honestly, I feel like maybe it's a little... Telling somebody to fuck off comes from a place of anger. Telling somebody calmly, I don't like you, is like a place of where do you even go from that?
Because it's two worlds colliding. It's like it's sort of healthy because you're like letting them know your honesty of like the what you think of it, but you're being crazy by saying that out loud. So it's like it doesn't make sense.
It sounds like when they teach you as a kid, it's
like hot ice cream. You know what I mean? Like,
sure,
it's just like, it's all like it would make no sense. It's like I don't want soup. I wanted ice cream. You gave him soup.
You gave me melted ice cream. That's what you did.
Yeah, you gave him melted.
Doesn't make sense here. Why is this? It's supposed to be solid and melt as I eat it.
Why did you give me warm cream?
It's like when you're a kid and they teach you hey, bullies,
Yeah.
they just bully you because they're not happy about themselves, right? So if someone tries to bully you, all you got to say is, hey, man, stop bullying me. It's kind of like that when you go, I don't like you. It's like, but you have to say it in a calm way. You can't say it in an angry way, because when you say fuck off to somebody, like, essentially in a way that could almost lead to a fight. But if you just go, no, I don't like you. I don't like your fucking existence on this fucking planet, okay? I don't like it.
It's so personal,
It's
dude.
so good because they have nowhere to go. Because fighting is one thing, but when they just sit there and they just go, you don't like me? Like, you just, not I hate you, not fuck you. I don't like you. I don't like you existing on this planet in front of me right now. I do not like it. That's even worse than saying fuck you. It's even worse than going fuck off.
Even more too. It's too rational of a point to tell somebody in a fuck around moment.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to be irrational so they can accept that, like, oh, you're just out of your mind right now. You
Sure.
seem in your mind, and you're telling them, I don't like you.
I'm perfectly sane. I'm perfectly normal. Everything's okay. Just, hey, buddy, listen. I just do not like you existing on this planet, okay? All right, man? I just don't. I'm not losing my mind. I'm not schizophrenic. Maybe I am, but I'm at the point where it's just such an honest thing to say to somebody when you go, I don't like you. It's like, it just makes them go look in the mirror like, what? Really?
And then, like, to go back, and if you go back to, like, be like, yo, that's my bad. Like, I was just, like, kind of angry. It's like, well, you didn't seem angry. You seemed like you were really speaking from the heart there. So, like, there's not really, like, it's like, it's a tough look, really. I've done that recently to somebody. I was just like, you're annoying, man. Like, I don't want to be around you.
Yeah.
And, like, I was just, like, in a bad mood. Like, I didn't mean it. Like, I was just, like, annoyed at anything. So that annoyed me. And, like, yeah, like, there's nowhere to go from there.
What were they doing?
Nothing. They were just joking around, and I was just in my head, and I think I took something personally.
Yeah,
I don't even remember what the moment was, but I like snapped at one point, and I was like, I don't want to, like, fuck off. I didn't say fuck off, but I just said something, like, personal to them. And
I don't like you. You're annoying.
Like, basically that, like, kind of, like, energy, though, of, like, I'm just calmly being like, I don't like you. I'm pissed off. And then it's like, yeah, what do you do at that point? Now you're just a psycho.
See, like, what? You're the psycho or the guy you said
I think
it to?
I'm the psycho for doing that.
No, you're not.
Well, no, because, like, that's what I mean. Like, if you act like a psycho, then I can forgive it a lot easier. If you say it to me calmly, I'm like, oh, this guy's like a murderer. Like, he wants me off this planet.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. But I feel like so the way we said you get a fuck off every quarter. Yeah. You get an I don't like you anytime you want. you get an I don't. You get like you're able to say I don't like you to somebody at any point of the day.
Yeah.
Like a fuck off is like a hey man, like I've lost it. I will kill you. But also like I'm not in the right headspace. A nice calm I do not like you as a person, you get that as long as you're calm about it and you genuinely don't like, you're not just saying it to be mean or something, you just don't like this person. Nothing wrong with being honest. Sometimes, honesty hurts. Honesty, some people can't handle the truth. But if you go, hey man, I don't like you, dude. Sorry. What do they even go from there? You just go, okay.
There's not, like, I mean, like, you can, like, kind of, like, make fun of the situation, I guess. But really, yeah, it is just, like, kind of like an end of a conversation thing.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing else at this. It's like, I don't like you. Why would you stick around?
Remember I said that to the comic and he just left and it was like, yeah, I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I guess.
Just walked out.
I didn't think it would work. Fuck.
But the drive over, I was in my head like, I should have said fuck off. I should have just been like, go fuck yourself. But like, but I think it was way more like of a stab. Way more of like a dig, just to be like, I don't like you. I just don't like you. Like calm. It's like when someone's calm and they're saying like shit that they almost shouldn't be saying. When someone's calm and just being super honest, that's the real scary thing.
That's what I mean. It's terrifying.
You can, I see what you're saying. You can handle a guy yelling. You can handle a guy. Well, I mean, it's not.
I can make sense of that.
It's not pleasant.
Yeah.
But at least you're like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be yelling and screaming and stuff. But when a grown man is calmly to another grown man, I just don't like you, man. You're just not a good person. I just don't like you.
Because it's such reality, too, where it's like you don't like a lot of people. Like, that's a pretty normal thing.
Sure.
Like, you're indifferent at least. But, like, I guess, sorry, you're indifferent about most people. When you say you don't like someone, that means you spend time thinking, like, I don't like this person. Like,
you get to a point where you go, you got to have that realization first. Because there's a lot of times where some guy will be, like, pissing you off or something. But in your head, you're like, you don't really even notice it, but in your gut, you just feel something is a little off. Like you feel something like, ooh, like that feeling where you're like, ooh, what is that? Right? That's your gut being like, oh, you don't like this person. In order for you to say to that person with a straight face, calmly, I don't like you, you got to have that gut feeling at least like a good year. We're talking years here, like 8 to 10 years.
Recognize pattern recognition of like, oh, I keep feeling this way when around. I don't like them.
And then once you get to that, exactly. Once you get to that to the point where, why do I feel this way? When you start asking yourself that question after years of just like that feeling in your stomach, like once you get to that point, it turns into like, once you ask yourself that question, oh, why do I feel this way? And then you go, I don't like this person. That's when the dangerous shit comes up. That's when it gets dangerous. That's when you go, you look a guy in the face and you go, I don't like you. I don't like you. You're just not a good person.
Yeah.
I don't think you are. You might be, but not to me. Yeah, I don't like you. You know why I don't like you? Because you've made me not like you in 100 different ways over the years. And finally, I've reached to the point. Sometimes it gets to the point where somebody snaps and they kill the motherfucker. You don't want to do that. You just want, I don't know why I sounded black in that. But still,
No, I like to say, I kind of picture you just gun sideways. You're like,
Yeah.
yo, bro, I don't like you.
I don't like you.
You fucking shoot him.
Fuck off. No, but you have to calmly listen. If there's someone you don't like in your life right now, you know what you should do? You should tell them. Just tell them. Just be like, I don't like you.
That's actually the main point of this. It's like, if there is someone you don't like, let them know. Call them up tonight. Be like, hey man, I don't like you.
Next time you see them and they try to act all buddy, you go, hey man, honestly, I've been thinking, I don't really like you. I don't really like you around me. I don't like you. I don't like your words being said towards me. I just don't like it. You know, you got some work to do. Hey, see you later, buddy. You know, what do they even do with that? Like, what if some guy comes up to you? If I'm picturing, if a guy told me he doesn't like me, I'd be like, it hurt, you know, it would hurt, obviously, right? But I'm at the point where I'd be like, you know, I'm not for everybody, you know, what are you gonna do? But also, I would go home and be like, to my therapist, what do you mean he doesn't like me? Well, what's so wrong about me? I don't understand. But that sometimes a person, you know, like needs to hear that they're not likable in order for there to be some sort of a change.
Okay? Well, no, let's not make this self-righteous. No, we just want to hurt their feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do want to make them hurt their feelings. For sure. Yeah.
Like we want to cause pain.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. If I tell someone I don't like them, it's not because I'm like, oh, I hope they get better from this or something. It's like, no, I just want you to like feel pain.
I see what you're saying. If I tell somebody I don't like them, it's not that I'm not trying to hurt their feelings. Okay.
Oh, you're trying to make them better.
I'm not trying to make them a better person either.
I think that's funny.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny.
Hey man, this is for your own good. You suck. You fucking suck, and I don't like you.
Take your medicine, you piece of shit.
Yeah. Take your fucking medicine, dude.
It's Buckley's down your throat right now. I do not like you.
Tastes awful, and it works.
But it's not to hurt their feelings, and it's not to make them better people. It's so that they understand where they stand with you. So that gut feeling where you go, ooh, ow, ooh, like that sort of thing. It's so you don't have. It's for your own fucking happiness at the end of the day. Because who's number one in your life? You.
God.
Sure. Who's number two?
Yeah, me.
Me.
Yeah.
Who's number 1.5? Speaking of fucking God, we got some stuff to talk about. But I was just driving. I'm like, man, the next person, they might get a good fuck off. Like there's nothing better than a good like fuck off with like an Italian hand motion, like fuck off, like you swing your hand up, you're like fuck off. You know, nothing better than that, really. Just live. It's like ejaculating. It's just like a sneeze, a shit. It's like it's the same aura of feeling of just fuck you, fuck off. But then when you really want to like get your point across, instead of because you yell at somebody, their defenses go up and they're gonna start yelling at you back. That gets you nowhere. What you gotta do is calmly go, I don't like you, and then their defenses go up, but they don't know what to do because you're not yelling at them or screaming at them or wanting to fight them. They just go, oh, you don't like me? Well, you know, and how they react says a lot, but still, even it doesn't matter because it doesn't matter how they react. You just go, I don't like you. Hey, this is the page we're on, buddy. Fucking work on it. Let's fucking, you know, I could like you, but hey, you're a piece of shit. You know, you got to set fucking boundaries with people. That's my point. All right. You got to tell these people what the fuck is up. All right. You don't like somebody, you tell them. You like somebody, you tell them that too. It's a yin and a yang, right? Yin and yang of fucking, I like you, I don't like you, suck a dick, fuck your mother. Speaking of God, This last weekend, my friend was getting his child baptized this weekend.
Yeah.
And I went to the baptism. It was interesting. Okay. I had never really been in a church as an adult. You know, as a Jew, I have not. Before I went, I had to Google and go. I Googled the exact term, can a Jew go to a baptism? And you know how Google does AI now? They have like an AI overview where it just shows you the AI thing right away. In mine, it said, well, if you're a guest, you can go. If you're invited, if you get invited, you can go. Of course, why not?
You could tell it was in a Jewish accent.
I could tell the way it was written. That's exactly how it was written. If you press the little text to speech, it sounded like a Jew just being like, of course you can go. Why not? Why not? There's a guest. We're friends. The Christians. They're our friends. Why not? We love the Christians.
Can you give to offering at the church? Absolutely not.
You cannot give any money to them. But hey, you know, if you want to go and eat some free food, by all means. So I got the okay from Jewish Google AI to go to my friend's baptism. I got absolutely stoned before I went. Obviously, what are you gonna not get stoned? I was leaving the house. I had everything ready to go. I was dressed nice. I had my nice dress pants on. I had a nice white shirt. I had my glasses. I had my little envelope with a card. I put a little $100 in it. You know, because look, even though as Jews, whatever. And I'm trying not to live up to that stereotype. I'm trying to be a good human being to my fellow Christians, to my brothers, my fellow Jesusites.
Yeah.
You know, my Jesus Knights. That's a good point for them. My fellow Jesus people. I'm trying to be a good person.
Jesus freaks.
My fellow Jesus freaks. I'm trying to be a nice guy. Here's $100 for your kid.
Nice.
He's $100. Put it in his kids. Put it in his.
Start him off right.
Yeah, put him in a little college fund. Huh? Come on. He's gonna go.
It's gonna grow.
He's gonna go to a nice school. He's gonna be an engineer. You know, it's like, wow. He's gonna come fucking work in Israel. But I had everything ready to go, and I was like, oh man, one thing I did not figure out before I left the house. I was dressed. I was like getting ready to go, and I was like, man, what drugs do I take before I go to this thing? Because like,
did you think about the opioids?
I definitely thought about the opioids. They were there. I'm like, should I take a
about.
bunch of morphine before I go? Nah, it's gonna make me doze off. I can't have that. I don't think I should take Molly. I don't think Molly is a baptism drug.
You would love the baptism at that point.
Really?
You go up and start petting the kid and shit.
I feel like I'd get freaked out, to be honest with you.
No, you would just have a great time. People would be like, yo, this guy's having way too good a time at the baptism.
This guy's humping Jesus.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Why is this guy humping the life-size fucking thing of Jesus?
Fucking Jesus. Yeah, no, like you couldn't do M there.
But I was like, I can't do this sober. So I was like, what drugs do I? And I didn't have any edibles on me. So I was like, fuck. And I still have to drive down there. But like, once I get down there, I'm good for like the next 7 hours. Cause it's like, we got the ceremony. Then we had some dinner afterwards. So I was like, oh man, I need some sort of drug. I started thinking blow. I'm like, no, I can't. I shouldn't do blow at the baptism at 10 in the morning.
I shouldn't do blow for my third time ever at the baptism.
I shouldn't go to a church on blow. I'm not Christian, but even that sounds wrong. It just feels.
Yeah, no, you'd bring the devil in with you.
It would just feel wrong. I brought the devil in with me. Don't get me wrong. The devil was there with me.
With weed?
Well, there was more than that. Like, so I left the house being like, all right, fuck it. I went to the dispensary. I got this little disposable vape. And I was like, okay, sick. The disposable vape doesn't smell. No fucking bullshit. Got this disposable vape. I go down and meet Greg. You know, Greg was there too. Yeah. Our buddy. We got to get him on the show. We should have brought him on for this. Talk about this baptism we went to. But hey, next time, you know.
Next one.
Yeah, he's driving me around. We get in his car. He's driving me. Once I get there, I'm good. I just start blowing fucking clouds of weed vape in his car. I'm talking. I was getting absolutely stoned. I'm like, I'm not going to this sober. I don't know what it is. It was a Sunday. It's a beautiful day. Everything was perfect. But I'm like, man, I'm starting to really think I'm a drug addict because I was starting to freak out not being stoned at this holy ceremony of wiping somebody clean from their sins. I was like, fuck. I need drugs. It
was too pure for you.
I need to get high. I cannot do this. Plus, also, it was a good story to tell. I just needed something to tell for the pod. So I'm like, fuck it. Let's just do drugs before the baptism and I have something to talk about.
For the experience.
Yeah, just do it for the plot. You know how the kids say now? You got to do it for the plot. Like, all right, yeah, let's do it for the plot. You know, no worries.
I like that one. That's good.
Yeah, we get to the church, and but the good thing is I had my sunglasses on, so no one saw how stoned I was. But I kept them on the whole time, even in the church. I was just wearing sunglasses. If you see a guy wearing sunglasses, bro, indoors,
In the church, you wore the sunglasses.
in the church, I was wearing. I didn't take the sunglasses off.
People
all
were
day.
probably alarmed by that.
It was yeah. Well,
You
there
probably
was.
look blind. They're like, "Who's the blind guy sitting there? He's so calm."
Who's this blind calm guy? Doesn't know.
It would have been
keeps
funny
looking
if you had
around.
the glasses on. You just looked the wrong way the whole time.
Well, there was two families at the same time getting. There was our group was getting his kid baptized, and then there was another kid, some other fucking loser, some other stupid kid. Some fucking Portuguese family was fucking getting their kid baptized at the same time. So the priest was talking like English and Portuguese at the same time. Bro, I was so stoned. I got in there wearing my sunglasses. Listen, as someone who's never been to church like before, the architecture great. The freaking the windows incredible.
Big
you know?
windows.
Yeah, they got the hue windows. They got the red, green, and blue. Like they got all the colors.
Oh, did you go to like one of those mega churches?
It was like a big church. It had a big
Nice,
ceiling.
dude.
It was
Yeah,
a big
those are
church.
sick, yeah.
It was a really big church.
Did it have like a balcony?
I don't know if it had a balcony, but the ceiling was really, really high.
Yeah. Okay.
But the only thing, bro, the only thing that started fucking with me was like was the actual Jesus. Like they had Jesus front and center there, like a life size, like dead Jesus.
5'9",
Like
190, just stacked.
Just like
Jesus.
it looked like a real
Buff
human was up
Jesus.
there, and I was too stoned. I couldn't look at him. I had to like look down. I was like, oh man, I killed this fucking guy. I can't believe it. I did. I'm so sorry. And it was making me like everything was great besides the life size dead guy.
There's not enough religious guilt out there. That's crazy.
What do you mean?
Everyone's like white guilt. They're afraid like they're like, oh, would have done the
Sure.
black people. It's like, what about what we did to Jesus?
And it's
dude?
not saying that me
Your
killed
people
Jesus.
did it though.
Sure.
You scumbags. Fucking.
Yeah, sure. But like that's the thought. But it was just like you could, because the more I looked at it, the more details I saw, and the more uncomfortable it made.
Was
like,
he naked?
he was naked. No penis.
No penis.
Naked, but you can see the nails. You can see the blood. You can
Ugh.
see the freaking. And I'm like, dog,
Just a big fuck
bro.
you.
And then it's like I can't tell nobody I'm Jewish in this place.
Do you think that's just for the Jewish people that come in? They're just like, yo, let's remind them. Show
This
a
is-
graphic photo of him being nailed to the cross.
Let's repel. Maybe my generational trauma came in where I was like, oh shit, my fucking great super great grandfather he put in that nail in the right hand.
You
know
started
what I'm
getting
saying?
memories that weren't yours. Just
It's
you saying,
something like
fuck
that.
you, Jesus. You got your fuck you in that quarter to him.
Yeah, that was my fuck off for the day. I was like, yeah, you see this guy there, fuck off.
You just go up to him calmly on the cross. Do you know what? I don't like you.
Hey man, I don't like you. You don't like me, all right? Why are you looking at me like that with that dead face in you? And look, okay, I'm having a brain fog here, but what I'm trying to say is, look, making fun of, let's say, Christianity, right? Like, that's the one religion right now that's like, you can just make fun of it. No one gives a fuck anymore. Like, you could say the priest touched the kids.
Well, it's kind of like white people. It's just like it's on top. You know what I mean? Like it's the top of the hierarchy.
Yeah, it's
like
the one where
Christianity's huge.
it's
so.
the one religion where no one's gonna come kill you if you make fun of it. All right,
I think, and maybe I'm wrong.
let's
on that,
just
but I
say
think
it like that.
Christianity's like the biggest religion.
You make fun of Islam, you're dead tomorrow. You make fun of Judaism, now that you're gonna get you'll get a contract in show business. You'll be okay. You make fun of Christianity, nothing's gonna happen. Everyone loves making fun of Christianity and Catholicism. That's not what I'm doing here. All right, I'm not making fun of it. I'm just saying my observation.
The opposite. You felt terrible.
I felt awful about it. I was like, guys, we need more people to know about the word of our Lord Savior Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Everybody started doing that thing, the Holy Trinity, where they touch their forehead and then like their sides, like
Yeah,
in the name
I
of
never
the
know the directions of that.
in the name of the Father. I just didn't do it. I just stood there with my hands down. I was like, and I'm like,
Just started hissing.
and I was so stoned that when I didn't do it, I was like, are people looking at me that I didn't fucking do it?
That's
I,
such a stone
Yeah,
mindset to have.
I
Like,
was
do
like-
people know I'm not? I don't care. Do
like-
they know I'm Jewish?
I was like, they're on to me.
Greg, did you tell them I'm fucking Jewish?
Craig, did you tell him I'm fucking Jewish, bro? But I was making jokes the whole time because like it wasn't my buddy's Italian, so it was a bunch of Italians there and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I wanted the whole Italian experience. I was just cracking little jokes the whole time. You watched The Godfather?
Yeah. No, I actually have never seen the
Fuck.
Godfather. I know.
Well, for people who
Stupid.
have seen The Godfather,
don't spoil it.
I'm not gonna. There's a scene at the end where Michael Corleone's getting his kid baptized, but as he's getting his kids baptized, like all of his enemies are being assassinated, and I'm just like in the church being like, hey, when this baptism starts, the 5 families, they're gonna get it. You know what I'm talking about? Don't wait. These babies are about to cause some deaths. You know what I'm saying? Not the greatest, but hey, what are we gonna do?
Something's up with this soundboard too. Hopefully it works this time.
I heard it. But yeah, no, I wanted that whole freaking. I wanted the whole Italian experience, but I was also like, I should just not be anywhere where religion's involved. I just shouldn't. Like, like I didn't catch the actual baptism, pouring the water on the baby's head because I was busy like checking my parlay.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah. Well, you have better things to do.
I was checking my parlay and ensuring the
God's not going to bring you generational wealth, dude.
I was losing too,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And I was checking. I was like, I'm just going to glance at it real quick. And like, guy sitting beside me gave me a little smack. He's like, what the fuck? He just starts like, he's like, you checking your sports bet or whatever? And then we find out later that the dad of the kid was also checking. It was my buddy. Was also checking his sports bet. And it's like, yeah, we got to see what's up here, man. I got freaking $50 on this game.
He knows he's got another 20 plus years of taking care of this kid. He's like, yeah, I'm going to check my fucking bets.
My kid's getting his sin washed away, not me.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck that.
He already had that shit.
And I'm Jewish, so just by virtue, nothing I do in this place matters. I already fucking committed. I already killed the guy up there. I'm checking my fucking sports bet. I'm checking my fucking parlay. I had a parlay, and I was like, man, I got it. And I missed the freaking baptism.
You didn't miss much, don't worry.
What are you looking up?
I just want to know why you baptize a child.
Oh, well, from what somebody told me was that it cleans them away of the original sin. And I go, well, what's the original sin?
Cleanse the original sin and welcome them into the church.
The original sin is being born, apparently. And I'm like,
that's it. Like it's so weird, man.
And I'm like, what you mean? Because the sex? Because his parents had sex to have to make him? That's a sin? Because the Virgin Mary or something? And the guy was like, I don't know, man. That's the fucking priest. Don't ask me too many questions. I just said the original sin.
That's like the Google, like the quick AI thing. The whole thing, like there's like people that get like baptized as adults to wash away their sins from their life. And I get that too. But also I'm like, what, you think you're never going to sin again? Like the whole thing of it is like you were born in sin. You're going to sin. Like to baptize, it's literally for like a second that you are just washed of sin. And then like, you probably sin on your way out of the church.
Sure. But
that kid starts crying then. Like, babies don't really speak English yet, but they're trying to. Like, he might be giving a fuck off on the way out. Be like, you fucking tried to drown me, you piece of shit.
The freaking baby was crying during, like, the baptism or whatever. And, like...
Of course.
And I was making little jokes being like... Obviously, it's a baby. He's crying. But I was making little jokes just being like, I guess I don't think he wants to be here. The freaking...
Somebody got dragged here.
The freaking devil's being freaking... the devil in him is like, we got to get the hell out of here.
The baby laughs coming up. They get scared. They're just like, oh, that's the demon.
We gotta go home and watch Sesame Street.
They just keep baptizing him until he starts crying harder.
Gotta go watch that demonic Satan.
When they baptize the baby, do they put the water over his forehead, or do they actually submerge the baby?
No, they didn't submerge him. They just tipped him over a little bit and poured a little
bit of water.
But that was the funniest part to me. Was like the baby's crying. He's like, I know what'll solve this. Let's pour some cold water on his head. Hey kid, you're not happy. You're not having a good time tonight. What the fuck's the problem?
All he wants is a tit, and it's like, no, let's just give him some cold water.
Just give him a fucking iPad and baptize him. Put an iPad right in front of his face and pour some water on his head. You'll baptize him forever. He won't move.
Kids play Candy Crush now when they're getting baptized.
Yeah, they think they're just taking a shower, and there's like a weird guy with a freaking robe who's saying all kinds of like Latin words. What did you grow up as? Did you grow up as what was your religion? I don't even know.
Technically Christian. Yeah.
Technically Christian.
Yeah.
Were your parents religious?
Yeah, but like my dad's like a born again Christian.
Oh, really?
Just like the worst kind of Christian. But
he found Christianity later in life.
Yeah. After he was cool. When I was like 13, he became a Christian. And that was weird because like he got like it was a whole thing. We went to the church. He got dunked into the water.
Really?
He came up. He was like really happy. He was hugging people, and I was like, dude, like, is my dad gay now? Like, did my dad just become gay? Did he go into the water and then like come up gay? Like, is he gonna kiss somebody?
If anything, he's the complete opposite of gay now. If you really think about it, he got baptized.
No, I don't think it worked, dude.
Oh, really?
He was so emotional after.
What happened in Pa?
I think, dude, like I don't know. Yeah. So, the adult baptism is the one that like fucks me up. I'm just like
the adult baptism.
Like, because like my dad will just like he's so cool with me just streaming a game illegally on if it's the right team.
Sure.
So I'm like, bro, like you have to go get baptized to get into more. Like you got to keep doing this because it's not Catholicism either, where it's like you go and like have like the confessional and like you confess your sins and like that helps you as well. That's like a Band-Aid for your sins essentially.
Mm-hmm.
No, like it's just like you just get baptized and like you're good for a couple days, probably maybe a day. Like you probably sinned at some point.
Maybe like that first 5 minutes.
Yeah, like the sin, it's so easy to sin. Like breathing is basically a sin. Like just living on this earth, they're like, yeah, you're a sinner, dude.
But this is what I learned about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is I learned that it doesn't matter how much you sin. You're allowed to sin. Well, you're not allowed to. Jesus died for your sins. So what that means is, everyone says that. What I actually learned, because I always try to keep an open mind, because listen, you gotta keep an open mind on things. You gotta have like be open to everything. But just as a comedian, I'm always looking for new material, and the way you get new material is by expanding your depth of knowledge. By expanding your gap of what you know, your encyclopedia in your brain. So in my head, I was like, yeah, you know what? I don't really know a lot about Christianity. I don't really know a lot. Like, let's listen to what these guys got to say. I don't really know much, I just know, like, what the mainstream tells me to know, that they're all kitty diddlers and fucking, you can just do whatever you want as long as you confess to some guy in behind a curtain. That's what I learned. But apparently, Jesus died for your sins. And the reason, and he died so that, like, everything, basically, for you to live, he died for your sin, essentially.
It's like a war bet, yeah.
Exactly. So you don't have to. So basically, like, you can commit all the sins you want, but then because Jesus died for your sins, all you got to do is just say that you've sinned, and Jesus will forgive you because he already paid the ultimate sacrifice for your sin. Essentially, this is what I learned in my time. Like, that's cool. And then I go, well, what about the second coming? What's all this shit people talk about Jesus in the second coming? They go, that's fucking, don't worry about that. I'm like, why? That's just extremism? He's like, yeah, it's just, he already came back. It was an Italian guy too. He's like, he already fucking came back.
I think it's Easter, right? Like, he already came
Something
back.
Like that, yeah. I was like,
I think.
He did come back? He go, yeah, he already did come back. I go, what about the second time he comes back? He's like, that's fucking bullshit. Oh, okay, all right. So first time he came back was okay. It's called the second coming, but apparently that's not something that all Christianians believe. That's a very extreme side of the spectrum. When they go, Jesus is coming back. Yeah, he's gonna be back. He's coming fucking back. He's gonna save us all again. Yeah, I don't know. And then they told me about how, from the start, basically, where God made man. Adam and Eve. Eve ate the apple. He gave Adam the apple. Adam ate the apple. Everything went to shit because Adam listened to Eve. Apparently, essentially, that's the story. And the moral of the story is a man should never worship a woman. That's what I was taught. All right, that's what I was fucking taught. All right, it goes fucking God, man, woman, child. All right, that's the pecking order. That's the fucking hierarchy of the order.
We didn't make the rules.
When that order gets mismatched, that's when you have chaos.
Starting to like the sound of Christianity.
Yeah, right. And I was like, okay, all right. You know what? You getting me here? Yeah, all right. I'm on board so far. They're like, yeah. So like God made man, and then he said, hey, you know what? I'm gonna give man a little buddy. And then he took a rib apparently from a dude, and he gave it and he made from a man's rib, he made a woman, and which is interesting because apparently women have 1 or 2 extra more ribs than a man does, which is very interesting to think about, right? And it says you should never worship women. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense biologically too, even. So maybe this guy's got a point. A man shouldn't really worship a woman. Yeah, I was like, oh, hey, that's Jesus guy. He was ahead of his time. He's a fucking.
It's true. You don't want to be. Jesus was basically saying, don't be a simp.
Yeah, essentially.
Right? Like that was what Jesus wanted.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? That ain't bad.
Good advice. If you go through the 10 Commandments, it's actually solid. Like it's like, yeah, like don't fuck your neighbor's wife. That's all right. That's a good one. Don't steal. Don't kill. And then it's kind of basically all just that though, just like reiterated.
Not bad.
It's a good way to live.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad,
Like there's no don't gamble in the 10 Commandments. That's not in there.
It's not in there. It's somewhere in the book, in the bigger book probably.
Yeah, but the book, who gives a fuck about it? We're talking about like the actual like written in stone. Like the book's been changed. The written in stone, solid, man.
So I guess there was nothing wrong with me checking my parlay in the church.
I don't think Jesus ever gave a shit or foresee that happening either.
I had 3 baseball games. I was like, I've spent all day yesterday fucking choosing these things. I got to see this fucking bet. This kid's getting baptized. I'm not getting baptized. I think if you pour that holy water on me, I'd melt.
Yeah.
If you pour that holy water on me, all would be left over is just my phone with a losing bet slip on the ground and just in a pool of liquid, if you really think about it. We also went to church the same day as the Pride Parade.
Yep.
Which was just funny to me. Just like we're doing like the most holiest thing possible on like the least holiest day of the of the year.
The opposite, actually.
All these sinners are out there just committing sins, and I'm being all holy inside this church.
Do you feel better than them?
Mm,
Did you have a bit of a god complex? You're just like, yo, dude, I'm not a part of this sodomy going on here.
I know. It's just, oh man, Sodom and Gomorrah. You know Sodom and Gomorrah? I don't apparently.
Are they people? Because I just know like
No.
Sodom was like a place. I thought.
I think so. I think it was from what I know, it was Sodom and Gomorrah was like a town. It was a place where it was a city or something where everyone just started like having butt sex with each other. Sodomize. Sodom, right? Sodomize is anal sex. So everyone just started having anal sex with each other. Dudes started fucking other dudes. Girls started fucking animals. And then everything went to shit. And then God said, I'm going to fucking reset this whole thing. That's where the flood came in. And then he brought in Noah. And Noah saved two of everything as he did. He built the ark, whatever. And then God wiped everything out. And then we restarted it all over again. And then when we restarted it, God sent Jesus down to keep people in check. And then he died for the original sins. You know, we killed him. And then he died for the original sins. And then he came back. And then freaking, now everything's good. Everything's good, which I don't really understand. Fucking Sodom and Gomorrah is happening 2 blocks down from this church. I don't understand what we're fucking doing here right now. Where Jesus, buddy, you're hanging up here from the freaking skylights. Everything you work towards is falling apart. Your fucking empire is dying. All right, get off this fucking cross. Go tell these people on the floats to put some fucking pants on. Right? Sorry, yeah, I couldn't go look at fucking wieners. I couldn't go suck dick on fucking Pride because I had to go to my buddy's baptism. Okay.
Yeah, no, I think you're right in the sense that Jesus never had like a coach, basically. Never had a coach to be like, Jesus, why don't you get up and fucking fight, dude? Like, why don't you not let them nail you to this cross?
Because it had to be, man. You see, this is the shit I'm talking about, is we're all on our own paths, okay? Everyone's on their own path in the universe. This was Jesus' path, right? What's your path, Tyler? What's my path?
Honestly, I think my path would be so much simpler if I knew I was just going to get nailed to a cross at the end. I'd be like,
you done it.
I'd be like, let's just get this over with.
Jesus
like,
didn't
fucking
know.
nail me. He knew the whole time.
Did he?
Yeah, the whole
I
time.
might have missed that part of
he
the
kept
baptism.
telling them. He's like, listen, I'm not going to be here the whole time. I got some shit to do. I'm going to walk on water. I'm going to make some wine.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to get fucking murdered.
And then this fucking Jew fuck's
and don't worry,
me.
you guys are going to be good, though. Don't worry. He just kept, and they were all like, apparently they're all like, no, like, we don't want you to die. He's like, dude, I got to die. Like,
Dude,
I got shit to do. I got places to be.
This is what I'll be back.
Listen, where I'm going is way better. Like, that's the thing too, is like he's kind of braggy. He's like, listen, man, where I'm going, it's way better than here. It's so much better. Like, this shit down here sucks ass compared to heaven. Like, my dad's gonna get me in there. Like, I'm gonna get everything I want.
It's all gonna be good. It's all gonna be okay.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. If I was one of the disciples, after a while, I'd be like, yeah, dude, fucking, like, I'm not gonna let them kill you. Like, fuck you. You don't get to go to heaven.
Me and freaking Greg were like riffing, like we're like just fucking around back and forth because we did go to church on Pride Day and it was like a baptism and like and Greg was the godfather of the child. I forgot to say that part. He was the godfather, so the whole time we're like, hey, Godfather, you called me here on the day of Pride Month where I can't even suck cock, and you told me to take a kid and get him baptized. I can't fucking believe it. Out of all the days of the year, you come here on my son's baptism. You don't even call me Godfather, and I can't go out there and get fucking AIDS. I can't go have gay sex with 3 men on the day of this baptism. You know that scene from The Godfather, obviously.
I know, like, of the iconic scene. Yes.
The actual scene where he's like, "You come here on the day of my daughter's wedding." We were just like, "You come here on the day of my son's baptism on Pride Night, and I can't even go out there and suck as many cocks as I want, and you don't even call me Godfather. I can't fucking believe it. I can't go out there and suck a bunch of cock and just." The day I'm supposed to get 60 loads on my face from a bunch of men, you tell me to come on your baptism, and you don't even call me Godfather. This was like 3 hours of this. We were just howling, laughing. It was 3 hours of just like, on the day I'm supposed to get a giant bukkake in my butthole, you'll fucking take me and you tell me I gotta get the baptism with my child. I can't fucking believe it. On the day of my Godfather, whatever. Just kept going back. I'm starting to really think I'm just autistic, to be honest with you, because like,
I think you're autistic.
I'll tell you why, because we were like, because the religious part was whatever, I was in my head, whatever, but then like interacting with other human beings, I'm starting to really think I'm just like,
you're just a pothead.
I can't.
What do you mean?
No. But like the pothead is one thing. All right, listen to this. So obviously somebody in the freaking family we were in found out that I was a comic, and this nice, innocent, sweet lady goes, "So you're a comedian?" I'm like, in my head, fucking yeah.
That's a normal response. Oh, yeah. That's a non-autistic response.
Right, in my head, I was like, but then I go, yeah, I'm a comedian, and she goes, oh man, that must be like the hardest job in the world. And I'm like, my response was, oh, well, I think being a brain surgeon's a little harder.
Yeah, it's just a comic thing to
She
say.
goes, oh, she just, oh, okay, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I don't know, like, maybe being a heart surgeon's a little harder than, what I do, maybe just a little bit. And she goes, okay, and I'm like, all right, well, see you later. All right, well, have a good one. Enjoy the rest of this.
Well, it's just because like this, like, yeah, well. Yeah, I don't know if it's autistic. I think you're just like institutionalized. You're like Brooksy from Shawshank. Like you just kind of like been in comedy for so long, like talking to regular people. Like I'm like pretty. I've just done it for so long. Like the ton of comics is like kind of like that for me, where I'm like, it's not. I've worked in restaurants for so long, where it's just customer service. So I've been so used to being nice to people, where it's like kind of the opposite, where it's like, but for you, like you just grown up this way. So yeah, like this lady comes up and she's being nice, and like you're just like, yo, what the fuck are we doing? What's the point of this conversation? Because there really is no point to it.
Like, don't get me wrong.
She just wants vibes. She's a vibes girl.
Yeah.
That grew up and is now 50.
It's not every day that you ask somebody what they do for work and you go, I'm a comedian. And then they go, and then they're like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I hear that every day. I get it. I understand there's an interesting reaction to it, right? But again, it's like, lady, it's just a job, all right? It's just what I do to put food on the table.
You should have told her you're Jewish. You've been like, actually, being Jewish is really hard right now.
Being Jewish is really hard right now, and I would appreciate if you didn't tell people I did comedy, because being Jewish is really hard at the moment currently.
Just keep slipping in, and being Jewish.
And being Jewish is like, oh man, fuck this baptism. It was an experience, just being stoned in the church, looking at dead Jesus, and
probably the best way to go.
Checking my parlay, dude. It was just like, I'm like, oh man, if there's
any parlay hit,
no. If there's a no.
If there was a heaven.
If there's any sort of hell, I'm going. They're gonna transfer me over, like corporate transfer me over to Jewish hell, to Christian hell. I'm gonna go to Jewish hell, and they're gonna be like, we see you went to this Christian church and you fucked around. Well, we're gonna put in a request order. Now you're getting transferred over to Christian hell, which is scary hell. Jewish hell is just like, I don't know, you just don't have like more, like less than $100 in your bank account or something. Christian hell is you're on fire.
Yeah.
Christian hell is you're just burning in hell. You're in fire. Jewish hell is just like,
you just got just all of your dividends didn't return. That's what Jewish hell is.
You get eating some cold food. Your bagels stale.
Jewish hell is like stuff that's like not, you can't quite complain about, but you want to all the time because you're Jewish. So
that's beautiful.
So it's just like, you're like, oh, this is like, it's just okay, and that pisses me off.
Yeah, you want to complain, but you can't. That's Jewish hell. You just like you're forced to be like, this is fine.
This coffee is like just barely drinkable.
It's just like you live a normal life basically. I might be in Jewish hell right now. Like
you are.
You live a normal life, and you can't complain about. Yeah, that's pretty funny. You can't complain about anything. They give you lukewarm coffee. This coffee is.
And when you complain, there's like Jewish people coming like,
No, when you complain, no one listens, and you're like, oh fuck, yeah, there you go. See, that's a big one. Huh?
That would be the worst.
It's a big one. Yeah, I don't know. If a guy wears sunglasses, he's high. All right, sorry. I'm hungover, honestly.
You hungover?
I'm hungover, yeah. I went to the Jays game last night.
Good game to go to.
Great game.
Yeah.
11. We beat the Yankees 11-9.
We were literally watching, and my brother's like, man, I wonder, like, why don't guys just, like, try and sneak one in on Judge? Like, literally talking at, like, it was, like, I think it's 9-7 at that point.
Sneak one
9-7. Like, Judge up at the plate. He's got
Aaron Judge, the greatest baseball player of all time.
He's like, it's so cool seeing him step up the plate too, because like he's so big, dude. Like he's just this giant.
Huge. I saw him in person yesterday. Huge,
dude.
Like 6'7".
Dude, he's going to hit. My brother's like, oh man, like someone should just try and like it's 0-2. He's like, just try and sneak one in the zone, and then the guy hangs a slider up on him on the inside, just fucking out, dude. It was like, oh yeah, like you just can't, dude. He's so good.
You watched the game yesterday?
Watched a little bit of the end. Yeah.
It was a wild game.
I didn't realize it was 8-1. I tuned in at 9-7. I was like, oh, what a game. He's like, yeah, it was 8-1 at one point.
It was 8-1.
They 8-0 in the first or something, wasn't it?
It was they scored 7 runs in the first inning. They scored 1 in the second. It was 8-0. Then it was 8-1, 8-2, and then I went to go take a piss. I come back, it's 8-6. I'm like, I missed a fucking home run from Giancarlo Stanton, who's another Yankee player. Yeah. Something about him, Giancarlo Stanton. You can look him up. He in like 2012 or something. One time he was playing for Miami at the time. Yeah. He there's a video online of it. It's a little brutal, but he basically gets hit right in the face with a baseball, like 100 miles an hour, right in the it sneaks in under his helmet and everything, just hits him dead center in the face, goes down flat. You don't see him. Then he doesn't come back for like 3 years or something, and they literally had to reconstruct his entire face.
Nah, definitely.
Because he just took one right in the head. And how could you fucking do that and then go back up and keep playing? Like, how don't you get flashbacks every time you're at the plate?
I have no idea.
To that, to a baseball just hitting you right in the head.
Guys are crazy though, man. You hear like surfers that got eaten by sharks, and they're like, yeah, no, I just like went back out after and stuff. Like people are fucking insane, dude.
Yeah, it's
the same thing.
I mean, like, what else are you gonna do, really? If you've spent your whole life playing baseball, one baseball in the
That's
face.
true. You're all in. So like, yeah, you can't like when
What
you
else are you gonna
be an
do?
accountant.
But yeah,
you could, but
Judge is a monster. Aaron Judge is crazy. The game itself was it was packed, bro. It was usually Jays games I've been at. You've had some room to like, the whole row was filled. It was just people were there to see the Yankees. Big game, wild game. I was there. My favorite thing to yell at, because we sit high up in the 500s. My favorite thing to yell was just like, "That's a strike!" Like, because like, it's fun. And I was killing. Don't get me wrong. The people in the front row were laughing. There were these four homies, my homies. I just met them there. Every time I made a good comment, I saw them giggle, and I was like, yeah, I'm killing. That comedian thing never leaves you. Just always want to be funny.
Just did 3 hours at the Jays game.
Everywhere. Yeah, I did
180 minutes from Bob Khakham.
180 minutes at the Rogers Center. I'd be like Vladimir Guerrero Jr. struck out. He hit a ball. He didn't get on base. And as he got thrown out, I just go, 500 million. And then the guy in the front row, I see him go, 500 million. And I'm like, yeah, I got you, buddy. I know.
Nice, it's resonating.
I'll be here all night. Don't even worry. Don't even worry. Oh man, I yelled that's a strike, and there was some guy there who clearly just paid the $20 to just. They have a $20 general admission ticket where you could just go in, but you don't get a seat. He clearly paid that because he was just standing in the little walkway for like the whole game, pretty much drinking a Red Bull that he got from like outside. Clearly got from outside. And I'm like, that's a strike, and he looks at me, starts laughing. I'm like, I got you too, bro. I got you, man. And he's like, I'm like, you guys blew an 8-1 lead, and then he goes, right, yeah. Well, you put this fucking guy in. They're gonna blow the freaking. I love that, man. I love that like camaraderie at sports games. Just that it's all of us here. We're all rooting for one freaking team to beat this other team. There's no freaking. I hate when people bring politics into sports. I hate because it's like, yo, this is our escape. All right, this is our escape. Our one time, our escape to escape from all the shit in the world. Nothing else matters except getting the dub here tonight. All right, fuck all the politics. Fuck your horse shit. Fuck all the. Stop blasting me with this. Sports is the safe space. It's the safe zone. I'm not a big sports guy, but I do love baseball. And it's like it's the one place where it's like we're all here as a team rooting against other people. There were Yankees fans there. After we won the game, we were outside smoking weed, and we saw these Yankee fans walking, and this other group of Jays guys look at them and go, sweep, 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 because they're going to win all 4 games. Yeah. Let's go, Jays. And then I did that after I was really hammered and high, and then I looked at 2 Yankees, I go, sweep, 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 sweep. And they looked at me like, the fuck's your problem? I'm like, oh, nothing, don't worry. I'm not, I'm a pussy. Never mind. Sorry about that.
Funny. Just pushed your luck a little bit. You were crushing for so long.
I know.
One too many beers.
Sweet, yeah. What a feeling that must be being like a person at any sort of sporting event rooting for the away team at the home team's like place.
It's sick.
Is it? I would feel so out of place.
I was at a Raptors game. Portland was there, and I'm like, Portland at that point was like a big Portland fan.
Sure.
And they won. Carmelo Anthony hit a shot, and that like to win. Yeah. And like, dude, like all game we were losing, and so I was like, just like people shitting on me, and then like they start coming back, and then like they did hit the game-winning shot to win, and I was just like, fuck you, and fuck you, and fuck you, like, dude, it's the best feeling.
Were you decked out in Portland gear?
I just had my Portland jersey.
Yeah. But like, it was visible you're a Portland
fan.
Like
it wasn't like a spiteful thing either. I was like, no, I'm just a Portland fan. Like I'm happy. Like I'd cheer for the Raptors any other time, but I was like, no, like I'm a Portland fan. Like I just like somehow came about this watching basketball. I was like, yeah, no, like fuck the Raptors tonight. I hope they lose. I hope they lose forever now. And it's a great feeling. It's cool to be the villain, dude. And to win as the villain, like that's the best feeling.
Maybe it's that Jew in me where I'm like, I don't want to stick out. I don't want anyone to know. I don't want anyone to see me.
No, it might be the Jew in you.
It probably, right? It's definitely.
That was like very like white privilege to me to be like, fuck it, dude. It's all good here. We got everyone on the same time. Let's make it harder.
Sure.
Let's make things harder.
Yeah. Fuck. Like I saw these Yankees fans. I'm like, guys, like, what are you guys doing here? Like, I heard in Philly, if you're like in a Philly, like the baseball team, if you come rooting for the away team and then you leave, they'll just beat you up outside of the. stadium.
Philadelphia's crazy.
Yeah, they'll just
like
beat you
Eagles
up.
fans, like they're nuts, absolute nuts.
They're rooting for the away team at this home place. What a disrespect.
Bills, like Buffalo's really intense too. Like Bills games, like they're like I've had a buddy went and he said like he saw these guys dump beer on like a little girl in front of them that was like not cheering for the Bills, like with her parents and stuff. Like they're just like, fuck you guys.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, just like insane fan base.
What else happened in my last week or so? I went to the Jays game. Before the Jays game, it was a lot. I went to this sex shop the other day.
By yourself?
By myself. Yeah. I was getting my girl a gift, a present.
Getting yourself a present.
I was getting my girl a little present.
Getting yourself a present though.
I was getting myself a 17-inch horsecock dildo.
That's so crazy. Did you buy her a dildo?
No, I didn't buy it. I bought her a vibrator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I bought a little vibrator. Told her I'm trying to be a nice boyfriend.
You losing confidence in yourself or what?
Well, dude, I'm telling you, walking into this. First of all, this store, there was one Russian lady working there, like just one employee. It was empty. The whole store was empty. Looked run down, but it was still a store. And like there was just one Russian. She was cute, but like she was like clearly a thick Russian accent. And then she starts talking. I'm like, oh, this is a money laundering operation. Clearly, like, this is like you're like the daughter of some mafia boss or something. You're like the daughter of, they just put you here like to give you a job and something while they go and freaking kill and rob people.
Yeah,
you're just here to work in the sex shop, being like, so if you want the, and then when she would start, it took everything in me to not start laughing when she would like start explaining the different. I was like, I need a vibrator. She goes, oh, we got different kinds of I do my Jew voice, but she's like, we got different kinds of you got this one goes in your anus, this one is like that Borat, but like
but no, like Russian,
but like Russian, yeah.
There's
like
nothing sexy about the Russian accent.
This wasn't the smell in that store took away her sexiness. It was like it smelled just like plastic. The whole store smelled like plastic, but it wasn't like a good plastic smell. It was like a dildo plastic smell. It was like ugh. It was like it was making me nauseous. It was a hot day too. I was like, oh my god, this is gross. She starts explaining the different like sex toys to me, and the whole time like, man, like what if we just like fucked like right here, like right in this store?
That's a great point, man. How would you not think about sex if they have a girl there?
Like it's one Russian girl working there. Like not that I was like wanted to, but it was my head. It's like
you can't help it.
It's like you're surrounded by sex. You're surrounded by horniness here. I don't understand.
I've never walked by a McDonald's and not thought about eating a McDouble. You know what I mean? It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
How do you
it's like,
I'm not going to think they're not going to fuck the cashier, dude.
I asked her, I was like, is this your store? You own it? And she goes, oh, no. And I'm like, yeah, all right. Money laundering. Yeah, totally. Totally. Got it.
Fucking knew it.
Got it. Fucking understand, bro. And then so like, apparently they don't have like a return policy on buying a vibrator.
Obviously not.
What do you mean? Well, what if I like?
Ew.
What if it's still sealed in the box? And
dude,
it's
they
just
don't even return socks. What do you think they're returning vibrators?
What if I show it to my girlfriend and she goes, it's not the one I want.
Not enough speeds on that one.
Yeah. This doesn't connect to my phone. There's not it doesn't connect to an app.
I can't do this with Bluetooth. It's no good for me.
It's no good.
Yeah.
It's no good. It's not big enough. It's not black enough. I don't like this vibrator. Send it back. Like, all right, but we didn't open it. You know, the box is still sealed. Why couldn't you just put it back on the shelf? Don't understand here. So they were just like,
dude, you can't risk that. You can't be just having pussies touching shit and be like, yeah, we'll just send it back.
Yeah, because you could seal the box, but again, it's like, what if you put a little mark on it or something that says like?
Dude, I don't know I think there'd be a pretty bad lawsuit. You come back and be like, yeah, I got a herpes from your fucking vibrator here.
Yeah, that'd be a lot.
That's a loss. That's your store is shut down immediately. I think
that's a lawsuit. Yeah. Well,
I got AIDS from you. Like you can't run that risk.
Yeah, you guys put a used.
I don't know what
back.
I'm pretty sure it's low risk when you go from like toy to clean to give it back or whatever. But like you still can't run that risk. It's not worth it.
Before she sold it to me, she's like, okay, we have to open the box. We have to look. We have to make sure everything's okay. We have to open the box. We got to make sure that it works because there's no final.
All right, pull your pants down.
All right, bend over. Pull your pants down. I'm going to make sure everything works, okay?
Oh, you got 2 buttholes. Wow.
Oh, you got 3? Oh, what's that? How do I move the strings out of the way? Yeah, she was like, we gotta make sure it works. I'm like, all right. So I'm going to put on gloves. She puts on plastic gloves. I'm like, you make it a little sexier than that. You know, you don't have to freaking. She's like, well, we gotta, like. Then she turns it on. She goes, okay, you see this light? It means it's on. I'm like, no shit. No shit, really. And he's like, we make sure it charges. She plugs it in. He's like, okay, you see this light? It's blinking now. That means it's charging. I'm like, oh shit, really? Oh, she gave me a whole demonstration of this vibrator before I bought it, but bitch didn't even give me a fucking bag. I was like, can you wrap this? She was like, yeah, I paid for it. I'm like, are you going to go wrap it? She's like, oh, I don't do gift wrapping. yo, what the fuck is that? I don't even
You're
want
just
this
gonna
thing
walk
anymore.
around with a vibrator now.
Yeah, I was like, you got a bag? She's like, yeah, I got a bag, but it's like 10 cents. I'm like, bro, it's like a plastic bag. Like, she's like, it's 10 cents. I'm like, well, I don't have 10 cents on me. She goes, well, okay, well, I can put it on your credit card. I'm like, you're going to charge me 10 cents on the credit card. She's like, yeah. So I tapped it, and I tapped for 10 cents on a fucking credit card to get a plastic bag for this fucking vibrator that hopefully my girl uses. If she doesn't use it, I'll be very upset. I'm gonna give it to someone else. Give it to the comedy club owner or somebody. Just be like, here, give this to your grandma.
Yeah.
Give this to your old lady. You know,
Get your mom a Christmas gift yet? Here, I'll hook you up.
That's beautiful. That was a great one. This Russian lady. Listen. I like I know throughout this show it's all been about, I've been all about sex. I love sex. I love coming. I love ejaculating.
It's not really
everywhere.
about sex. It's really about jerking off is what we talk about.
I love jerking off.
Yeah, we're not bragging about having sex.
I love jerking off to different vile, disgusting things.
Yeah.
Bro, the second I walked into that sex store and that sniff of the plastic hit me and that Russian lady starts explaining me this fucking $100 vibrator, I'm like, dude, I don't like sex. Like, this is...
Well, you're like a porn addict, though. You're not a reality addict.
This is not... Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
You're not like a sex addict. You're just a porn... Very different.
Yeah, I think
right?
so.
Because the reality of sex is, like, much different than porn. And you can kind of make it like porn, sure, but it's still not the same. You're not acting.
Yeah, it's all of it just got out of my system. Like, in my head, I was like, I cannot wait to get the fuck out of here. I do not like the smell. I kept looking around. It was just sin. As we talk about, just sin. Every corner was just sin. You had a dildo in this end. You had a freaking ass plug in that end.
Sickening.
You had a whole sex doll in that end. Which, hey, you know what? Look, if the sex doll is what keeps you from worshiping women, by all means, go out and buy it. If you're still a man, but you got to fuck a doll once in a while, I don't think there's anything against that. Jesus died for you to go and fuck a doll, a plastic doll.
That's true. Nobody really
with
talks
a fake
about
pussy.
It. They never talk about it from that side. They're like, Jesus died for your sins. It's like, yeah, let's talk about the sins he died for. Let's do the sins. Let's not like take it for granted.
I was thinking about getting him one of those like flashlights, one of those like
Getting yourself one?
Yeah, I was thinking about getting myself one, but I'm like, I can't.
Like just for research purposes.
The only reason I don't get one is because I know I'll love it way too much.
Of course.
I'll never go back to a female. I'm calling my girl. We're done.
Like, you'd still want to have sex, but it's just like you could go without it so easily, though. You'd be like, I'll just fuck this.
It's like your hand, but your hand has a pussy. And it's just like, that's a dangerous combination because my hand already feels good.
Yeah, it's already an all-star.
I've done so much with my
First
hand.
ballot Hall of Famer.
All-star, Hall of Fame, fucking... The legendary jersey has been hung up for life.
Yeah,
it's
retired by the league.
Now it's like you bring back Michael Jordan. You're bringing him back, but this time we're gonna put like we're gonna give him steel legs, and he's 40 years old. Now he's 18 again with steel.
He's 18 with his 45-year-old brain
with steel kneecaps and fucking shoes on springs. Yeah, and we're back. He's not even gonna feel his fucking legs. It's like that. Why would I'm not just giving my hand a pussy. I think that would be so detrimental to like my already bewildering sex life.
Oh, it would be. Yeah. It'd be the end of you.
It would be terrible. You wouldn't see it. The podcast is over. Once I get a fleshlight, it's either
you'd come in 100 pounds. Like just so dehydrated and like just skinny from not eating too.
Hey man, I gotta use your bathroom real quick. I just have a backpack on. I'm like, I gotta use your backpack. Why? What's in that backpack? Oh, just my wet wipes, just my fleshlight, and then I would finish, and then we'd start doing the pod, and I would put it right on the table, front and center, and I'd be like, see that? That's the reason this pod is suffering. That's the reason this pod ain't doing its job. Yeah. That's it.
That's it?
It's an hour.
No, that's good.
That's an hour.
A lot of stuff covered.
Great stuff.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Religion talked about
Religion.
Today. Different side of the Bobcast.
We had the jerk off.
Yeah.
The Bobcast.
I didn't even mean to say that, but that really just slid off the tongue.
I hate that.
Did you hate it?
I hate it because it's such a better name than what the Robert Khakham show.
The Bobcast? But it's so stupid.
It's too late to freaking change it now. But hey, you know what?
The Bobcast.
The Bobcast. The Bobbycast. The Bob's, right? Like that's because shout out Ryan Long. He does the Boys Cast. If we just started the Bobcast.
The Bobcast is funny, dude.
The Bobcast would be pretty fucking funny.
Might change. We could do a name change.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too late.
I mean, we don't have that many subscribers.
Well,
I mean, if
I
we're ever
mean-
gonna do a name change, it's you know,
No, you know what? We're keeping it to the Bobcast
shelf
show.
it.
The Bobcast Khakham show.
The Bob. No, just no. Don't ruin it. No, it's just the Bobcast.
All right. Anyways, listen, guys. This has been the Bobcast. The Bobcast.
The Podcast.
Sexy
gentleman.
I've been Bob with my producer,
Tyler Hartley.
Tyler Hartley. Thank you guys for listening so much. Have a great rest of the week. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.